Alright, here's a walkthrough for my React Redux project for the Flatiron School. It's a New York City Renters Toolkit, which is something that I thought would be really useful for me. I just moved, and there was a lot of information I wanted to find out about my new house, my new neighborhood, and it was kind of scattered throughout many different New York City websites. And very fortunately, New York City puts pretty much everything, all the data that they have up on their open data platform, all of which you can use the API to access. And they tell you how to do that all on their website. It's really cool. So yeah, I thought I'd create an app where you can see all of that kind of in one place. So let's start by creating, let me turn on the cross-ordering resource there. Okay, so let's sign up as a new user. I'll do sam.clume@flatironschool.com. Password. And as you can see, we're using a Rails backend over here to persist the user information. So now that we've created the user, let's log in. I'm at flatironschool.com. And we're in. Alright, so first thing you'll need to do if you've just created a new user is put in your address information. So I'm going to put in my current address. That's such a good idea. Hopefully not too many people watch this. Because this is kind of private information. Okay. So that's my address, apartment number. Alright, so now that we have this information stored in the system, and again, it's going into the Rails backend so that I can log in later and keep this information. Now I can look at these various tabs that will show me a bunch of cool information about my house. First of all, if I go to the profile, it's going to show me, well, obviously, this is the address. This is a number here called the BBL, or Borough Block and Lot Number, which is a number that the city gives to every individual tax lot, which in this case is actually just the apartment as a whole, the building as a whole. Condos are given this number, and both of these are something you would need more if you were owners, which you can use this app for too, for filing your property taxes and stuff like that. It'll also tell you, and this is really cool, who owns your building and who's managing the building. So you can use that information. I mean, a lot of companies want to hide this kind of information, so it's harder to get in touch with them, I guess. But also, so you can't kind of see what other buildings they own and all that stuff and how those other buildings are doing. So this was pretty cool to be able to get. Over here is more information about your neighborhood. So I live in Harlem. And then this is kind of cool. It gives me the information about what city council district in, what community district I'm in, police, fire, school district, etc. And you can click any of these links to be taken to the website for that entity. So if I click to the Community District 10, it takes me to the New York City Planning Department's webpage for the 10th Community District, and I can see even more information here. And information on how to get in touch with my community district members, etc. And it does the same thing for the city council. So I can see, oh, this Bill Perkins is my council member, and this is his website. So this is a way to get in touch with your various, the various people who provide services to you, and it's all in one place. All right, next, let's say I want to look up information about the building violations that are currently on record for my building. I click over here to the 311 tab. So you can see all the violations that the Housing Preservation and Development Department has filed for the building. Most recently, looks like there was a couple in July for rusting on our fire escape, which they need to fix still. And you can see it says notice of violation sent out, meaning that it hasn't been closed yet. This one, they had the stoop cheeks were kind of starting to fall apart, and they fixed it, so the violation is closed. So you can kind of see all the different things that are going wrong in your building. It's actually, this is not that many. I mean, I know it looks like a lot, but I found out during building this app that it's the number of violations in New York City is approximately 0.6 per unit. And here are 50, well, that's actually quite a few. I'm not sure how many of these are open or not, but yeah. You can also see complaints that have been made to 311 about either your building or the area in front of your building. So you can see, for instance, some people complained about noise on the sidewalk out front of the building, and the police department responded and took action. You can see someone complained to HPD, that's Housing Preservation and Development, about one of their doors or windows. And this ones where the complaints are made to HPD are the ones where if they inspect it and find a violation, it will then end up on this list. But this complaints list also shows complaints that are made to various other New York City service entities. I think this is Department of Homeless Services, Sanitation, Environmental Protection, Finance, I think. Yeah, so this is really cool to be able to see all this stuff about my apartment. Finally, if I go here to the Zillow tab, this uses the real estate website Zillow to give me estimates about, this is about the whole building, so it doesn't concern me as much, but for renting, this one's really the thing that concerns me here, is it's showing how much they estimate that I should be paying in rent per month. And I don't know exactly what criteria it's based on. I mean, they take into account where the building is, how old it is, square footage, and stuff like that. So this is really cool. And then again, over here to the left, I have links that'll bring me to the various pages on Zillow, and tell me if it's previously been listed on Zillow for rent, then it will even have the little blurb that the landlord gave about the building. So that's pretty much it. I mean, you can look at comparable units around me. Yeah.